And welcome back, bringing where we left off last time in Shadow Empires in the Oceania DLC, where we're playing our second game on Artica class map, where we're playing as Neutron Flat State, and we're at the bottom around 84, where we have two decisions. Where do we want the balance there? I think the answer is balanced, honestly. About to finish up radiation filters. We've discovered RPGs. The other ones we're looking for is rocketry. So, rocketry, RPGs, those four techs will allow us to get into advanced chemistry. Some techs we do want in advanced chemistry. We're also looking for Gaussian arms. Those are sort of the three techs we're looking. I can make do with that side skirts. So we're going to say balanced here. Popular soldier of the 21st Light Infantry Brigade. Make him a mascot. Or make him a carry a battle line. Make him carry a battle line. Push up the escarpment. Push in a little bit tighter there. And yeah, let's clear these pockets so we can pull the troops off to deal with the problems better. Pushing in the tank.
Operation successful.
Here we've got artillery support instead, but that she'll go pretty well.
Going in. Mission successful.
Yeah, we can see the artillery. Okay, the red are kills, so the artillery only got one kill there. The infantry end up having to go in and do it themselves, but you can see all the hits. So the artillery are doing lots of hits. 4 hits there, 6 hits there, 6 hits with 1 kill there, 4 and 2, and stuff like that, right? So the artillery definitely stacks up real quick. Okay. Yeah, that guy's teeing himself up to be encircled, so let's try to encircle him. Yep. Beat himself up. Try to lure this guy a little bit closer in. So maybe we can do the same to him as well. Oh, that's the problem with having such a small unit. We'll probably send him back to serve as police force at some point. When we got supplies with which to replace him. Water down, food down. We're working on those replacements, right? So, war recycling facilities completed. Supply base completed. Supply base complete next turn. Ice mining facility complete next turn. Agricultural facility will complete next turn. Cool. And we have enough infantry, or have enough manpower that we could go ahead and deploy another brigade. Do I want to push it up here? Maybe to get the encirclement going, but we got a lot of guys coming free. Let's not rush off to that front to do that. I'm a little bit tempted more to come down here, now that we've gone around the glacier. Or I could push the road out to the edge of the radiation here. So the edge of the radiation at this point our troops can handle. It's actually the stuff around the city that's bad, right? If we were near the city, we need to be in a hex perk. If we're far enough out, then we're fine. And it may make sense, because we are at war with the mercanteers here. Deploy and start to push the mercanteers down, right? So we get a nice, safe border that is the lake. Yeah, I sold myself on that. That's what we're doing. sealed road to there, sealed road to there. So presumably, because rail is real strong, we can just go ahead and say, hey, give me a whole brigade right there. And then it can just march on the new road next turn. And then the turn after it will probably be vaguely in position to start doing some work. And we still have... actually, do we need replacements? We need 1 unit of grunt replacements. So we'll grab a grunt replacement. And I don't quite have the metal for a tank or an artillery. I might have one for a recon. A recon wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, let's grab a recon. Attach a recon to the 7th up here. And then we can use it to help try to work out some of the encirclements up on the glacier. The rest of these guys come in and try to encircle around, cut off these guys from getting to the city. Don't think we got any more cards to play on you, unless we wanted to go straight to the bribery statement where we're just going to give them money, which we're not. We're not doing that. We don't need to do that. Efficiency drive. Oh, have I metal merited the Foreign Affairs Council? Yes. Oh, we do use leadership view. So let's metal merit the Interior Counselor as well. The metal merit, whenever you give it to someone, gives them 10 charisma. So if they're running a type of skill check, like leadership, on a semi-regular basis, then it does make sense to just give them that. Give them the metal merit, even though they haven't necessarily done anything that, like, IRL would warrant it. Okay, and I think we'll... That's tempting now I'm thinking about it. Okay, that doesn't really cost anything, that doesn't really cost any... Yeah, okay, we can get away with a little bit of construction here. And we just did build the road out to these recycling locations. Let's get these recycling locations set up. Because recyclers pay for themselves in like 4 to 5 turns. So the sooner we get them set up, the quicker they pay themselves back. And we have a decent amount of construction points. So use that to extend the road network to get up over there. We are leaving ourselves a little bit exposed, but I think that is going to be fine. I suppose we're in the position where we can extend this road. Like so. And that one hex. Next square, if they don't take that hex back, we can connect to their road network, which will help a little bit. No, I've spent basically all the industrial points we want to. Okay, let's cycle the turn. They attempt to break out. They take 100 casualties. Okay, so we see them pulling back, either to deal with forces to the east. Okay, so we killed 400 casualties in the defense, which is great. Or 400 infantry in the defense. We have 5 decisions. And we completed radiation filters. Good to see. So I believe that immediately applies to all the assets. So this city, for example, is just straight up going to be happier. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just going to straight up be happier. Any of the units standing on the hexes on assets will be a little bit happier. To get it apply units that aren't standing on hexes, that will take redesigning units. So
Okie dokie.
not completely a free upgrade, but it's an upgrade that gets applied basically the moment you apply any of your other upgrades. So we're going to grab combat armor next. Commander of the 9th. Yep. Just give it to the next available in line. Nope, we aren't able to get them all the way down to the end of the road. We'll just load those guys there. That'll be better than nothing. And yeah, the point here is we know there's mercanteers in here. These guys are going to form the 4 to 5 wide line as we sort of try to squish them down, get a nice secure coastline defense. Okay, so we are starting to curl around the city here. If everything gets lucky, we may actually be contemplating attacking the city before the stream ends. Taking the city, I think, is probably what will be required to get us back in first place in the polling. It might not be enough. It depends on how much people is in the city here. But that's the sort of pull we need to actually get moving forward. And take over first again. The city, I think. Land won't hurt, but I don't think land is the be-all and all with getting going again.
Mission successful.
Okay, cleared that pocket. Zone none. Okay. Oh, well, maybe. As it goes, zone none. So did we just kill all the units in that zone? The answer might be maybe, might be no. Food's going down, water's going down. I think... Well, we could build a farm and build a mine, so hopefully those will make a difference. Almost full speed on the recycling facilities. That's good to see. What level of replacements do we need? We apparently took no casualties. Always good when that's the case. It's good to know your men are living to see another day. Yeah, if we can get around to that hex, we'll push into this hex. And I think, well, what we can see there, we'd be able to overrun, but we're not going to attack this turn. We're going to see if they... Well, we're going to see how they respond to us trying to circle around the bottom here. I think at this point we've got a pretty solid battle line. There's a small chance they'll try to go around the top, but because we now share a border with the other major, they got a lot harder time going around the bottom. This is deploying, building those mines. Yeah, I think, other than maybe using some of our political power, I think we're good to go. Efficiency drive, and some credits. Okay, let's just cycle the turn. Should hopefully be a lot less interesting things happening on this end turn. Okay, so they are trying to go around the top. And apparently the other major doesn't have a lot on the border, so they're going around the bottom too. Okay. We have 3 decisions awaiting us. We've discovered side skirts. That's not a priority. And apparently with the farms going, we're still losing food. Okay. Somewhat surprised, but that be the case sometimes. Okay. We'll leave that as is. New demand. I want soldier morale to go up. We'll say we're going to try. I don't know if we're going to actually succeed on that one.
Yes, sir.
Copy that. Copy that.
Okay, push the tank up to the line. Push the vehicle there. Push the infantry forward to the artillery. Okay, so they are pushing around there. Not that I think they're gonna really run home with that, because we're cutting off their supply line already. And we got some guys to target them over there, so I don't think we need to deploy any more. Just to specifically deal with them going around the end. This end is a little bit more worrying, but we get a loose picket up here, which should at least forestall them running completely rampant. I want to try taking that hex, but I don't think it's worth the effort. Now, or I don't think it's worth necessarily the effort risk. Okay, never mind. We can do that. You can move there, you can move there. You can move there to back up the tank. Cool. We got a 3-side surround on the city. Honestly, with the armored support, that might be doable. Armored artillery support, just slam the city hard. Granted, our tanks, because of how they work in the snow, they can attack, but they basically have to start the turn next to the guy that's going to attack. Same thing with the artillery. So they can get involved on the next turn if we're going to attack. So we'll see if we're still in a good position to do an attack on the next turn. Okay, how many losses did we take? 0. So we're still in a war of maneuver. We're not really taking any losses. It probably explains the petrol going away, to be fair. We're overspending our petrol, but we got surplus petrol. Or we got stable petrol stockpiles, so that's not an issue. Per se. We got enough political power. Let's play the cabinet retreat a couple times.
Copy that.
Yeah, let's unless we got construction things want to change. The recycling facilities are all basically done. So they're basically not going to eat anything. Build more construction facilities? Or more recycling facilities. So we got a recycler there. Pick up 2, yeah. Then we got one there. Got a high quality one there.
Yes.
And what are we doing? We need to build a road for there.
Yes.
That one's not going to use because it's too close to the front. Is that all our artifact sites? Neutron flats, neutron flats. Oops. So we got one that I'm not paying attention to, neutron flats. That's that one, that's not the one we want. That one. I can do that one. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, at that point, it's upgrading them to harvest faster, mostly. And I suppose if we're worried about the water, we can expand the water again. And I suppose it would also be build another, yeah, I suppose we are consuming water faster than we make it. It does also look like we're consuming food faster than we make it, so let's expand the better ice mine and expand and build a farm on that hex as well. Made a slightly more competent unit by merging 2 damage units. And we've moved. Oh, you can move there. Yeah, go there then. Okay. So yeah, this is vaguely making sort of a line that I want. So we'll be able to probably encircle that guy using the militia as the number 6. Or this militia as the number 6, we'll see. So that's going well, that's going well. We'll see if we can just break this next turn using the armored vehicles and the artillery support with a limited infantry support from a 3-side attack. All the warmonger armies are going to surrender if we take their last city, so that I know. Cycling the turn. Let's see if we can take that city before the stream ends. Oh, may have just opened it up for a four-sided attack, which is even better. One decision. We didn't get blessed with enough things to praise democracy, so we actually failed one of our goals, but we succeeded on a different one, so lose some, you get some. Except culture change, yeah, I'm on board with that. Oh, five-sided attack. Even better. Okay, can't bring that armored vehicle into the fight. Five-sided attack, all pile in. 31 to 1. Go.
Mission successful.
Severe tactical failure on the other side. That is now my city. Oh, it's already flipped the zone. That's what's happened. Don't like that it's done that, but that's fine. I can work with that. Right, so connect the road there. Connect the road there. It will be in the road network. Next turn, we can work on running a rail connection up there to properly supply it. I'm gonna focus as a side effect of already taken the city on not fighting any of the units because we've already won the proverbial war. We're just waiting for the enemy's surrender. Yeah, they should surrender. So we don't need to fight the massive war dog using troops. As cool as the war dogs are, they do not have to die in glorious combat today. How's the construction report looking? Finished the 3 that we started, and apparently no delays on anything else we started. Though, I suspect we're going to have a delay on the next turn. Oh, that food went down real bad. Okay, let's spend our monetary acumen buy like 2,000 food. Oh, food's just cheap. Just buy all the food off the market. Okay, got that guy encircled. Yeah, I think we can cycle the turn. The victory points aren't updated yet. I don't know how many people we acquired. It was a short, violent city fight. 150,000. So that'll increase the size of our country by about 60% where we were. So yeah, that's like another 16 points. It's gonna make us up to, or 16 population points. So I'm gonna be up to like 40% of the population. 40% of the population in our nation. Okay. Yeah, like we're about to get a big score jump, I think. I'll be like 8% more score. Not enough to bring us up to first on the podium, because our friends here in Monteria are doing better than us, apparently. But yeah, they're gonna get one more bite at the Benton's Hold apple, I think, before Benton's Hold surrenders and gives us all the remainder territory. Let's cycle a turn, see how things go. Oh, no, they're not even getting that bite at the apple. Brunzel just surrendered. Killed 300 infantry on the defense. For no casualties of our own, 5 decisions. And Quartz Flats is added to the Neutron Flats state. Ooh, eager industrialist. And troops march west and south. Because our next goal, I think, is probably to get... Ooh, interesting. That's another city. There's no population center in that city, but that's a ruined earlier city. I would like to get there before our friends. So that might be something I strive to do. Does the 6th have anything attached to it? Oh, it has the artillery in the tank. Okay. Well, I think taking on the Nomads, the artillery and the tank aren't actually all that ideal. I brought them up because for very static fighting, they're really good. But they're a little lackluster for very dynamic on the move fighting right now, because we don't have the efficiency, engine efficiency, to get them to do what we want. So yeah, let's get the 8th Infantry for the moment will be left on garrison duty for the newly taken city. Keep it from rebelling. Demand that civilization will reach a certain thing.
Yes.
I'll accept that. That's something, if everything's going according to plan, it will just happen. Okay, this is actually a somewhat complicated choice. Let's blueprint that. Not that I'm planning on using mechanized infantry anytime soon, but we're going to slap it with the biggest armor, biggest gun possible. This is an artillery piece, so it doesn't really need any armor. Hopefully isn't going to be in direct combat. So what we really want to see is what does it take to get the AP cost to, like, 0. Okay, so big gun is big gun. Cool. Let's take the biggest armor engine on. Cool. Oops.
Copy that.
Investigate who is directing it, or sending the troops. It'll probably be sending the troops. So we're going to appoint a governor. Let's see if we can summon a more competent person. So, corporate scientist.
Yes, sir.
You're probably more competent in governance than our military personnel. Yes. Cat 4. I think that qualifies. So appoint you as governor. Quartz Flats wants to go level 4. Sure. Wait, no. Quartz Flats, no, you don't get to go level 4. You got the people, but you don't got the culture. You're gonna have lots of grumpy people if we let you promote to level 4. Max roll of 120 versus an average roll of 150? Yeah, I don't think that's a good choice. So, Governor, you are authorized to send in the 8th to deal with the unrest. 6,000 soldiers are confronting 12,000 agitators. The troops, of course, because they've got guns, succeed in containing the agitators. Plus 20 fear. We did lose some troops in the fighting. Our troops killed 4 agitators for each one of them that was lost. And order is restored. Progress is being made. Various different places. A lot of construction projects, sadly, finish but did not finish. So they will... I think that's the one, yeah. Finish but did not finish. It will finish on next turn. So basically most of our construction projects, unless I do something weird, most of our construction projects that we have going will finish next turn.
Move out. All clear, sir.
Okay, don't want to spend too much industry, but at the same time this road, for terrain moving to continue, this road needs to continue to expand. That's fine, that road's to there. That road just needs to provide enough that these guys can clear this pocket, and then they'll come down here. These guys are all moving out in the area. Took the city. We did let it go a turn, so we should be able to see it on the victory overview. Okay, we're up to 37.8% of the population of the planet, bringing us up to 26% victory score. That does mean if we got a victory pact with the first on the podium, we would win as a combined victor. That's in the future. That's not today. That's not going to happen today. Looking at the time, this is probably actually a good part to put the part break in for. Conceal the road. Apparently we got a lot of metal requirement. A lot of metal around. How bad would it be to just slam a railroad down here? Whole way. Yeah, no, that's no. It's not happening today. Almost. We can build it about halfway. I'm not going to build half a railroad. I'll build a whole railroad, not building half a railroad. If everything goes according to plan, a lot of this stuff will repair. We don't necessarily need the truck station up here, so we'll leave it private. To improve the quality of the zone, we'll drop a eager dust list and a security outpost. And we'll have a popular rally to try to cheer up the people. And that's what we're going to do to the zone. I think that's probably where we're going to go ahead and put the part break in for the day and the end of the stream. So we're making some progress on... Well, we made a bunch of progress. We just jumped up a bunch of percentage by taking that city. That's also freed up multiple brigades, right? We had half of the 1st, all of the 7th, all of the 4th, half of the 6th involved in that fight. And then that's allowing those units to go back either to their parent formations or to move out. We had all the 8th involved. If I can free up some militia, and we can, we move the 4 from here over, right? What I'll probably do is once we've got the unrest under control here, move potentially by the newly installed rail line, but we'll move some militia in there to take over the duty of the 8th, and then use the rail line to transport the 8th out to a different front. For the moment, we do want to deal with the Mercanteers to the north here, but they've got so much radiation that they get to hold on to their territory until we get combat armor. Get combat armor standard on the troops that are going to go in there to clear them out. That's why they're existing, really, at this point. And I suppose that's also sort of what's happening over here with the Nomads. The Nomads also have, like, 600 rad. Our troops don't like 600 rad. If we did a model redesign now, because they then inherit the radiation filters, they'd have 300 rad of protection. We could probably push them in to 600 rad with 300 rad protection. They wouldn't be happy, but they'd be functional. But we're also working tech-wise on combat armor. Combat armor is another 100 rad protection. 400 rad protection is much more comfortable. 200 rad's not that bad in the game. In which case, then we'll be much more comfortable pushing into this territory. We're winding up these Mercanteers to make the front shorter. Pushing out a little bit over here into non-aligned, pushing out here into non-aligned. If we can, we want to get to this city, hopefully before these guys do, because this will probably be another place of great recycling center locations. With more and more recycling centers coming online, we should be getting even more metal, even more rare earth, and that's also where our machine and high-tech parts are mostly coming from. May want to expand the farm again. The second farm again. But that'll be something that we end up doing in probably the next part. So that's going well. Prospecting. We think there's some more metal deposits out there. We don't really need more metal deposits, so that's not a rush. And yeah, we're still second on the podium. We started the stream at second on the podium. Arguably, we've gained enough that if the first on the podium had not also gained, we'd be first on the podium. We are close enough to first on the podium that we are preventing them from winning. They can't just hit 50% and win. They now have to get to 51%. And as we gain score going forward, that should make it harder and harder and harder for them to win. At this point, actually, most of the population on the planet is probably accounted for, if I'm looking at the math there. So 7 plus 7 plus 4 is 18. Yeah, there's like... Yeah, I don't think any of the population is missing, so that's... Well, a little bit of the population might be missing. Yeah, might be... Or I thought there's some rounding on those numbers playing into effect. But basically, we know where all the people are. Matera has a bunch of people. We have a bunch of people. The other majors have what's left between the four of us. So mainly we're just fighting over the planet, and there's a lot of planet out there that's controlled. And then it comes into diplomacy, right? So after we run out of territory, we're going to have to start contemplating, do we need to go to war with this major, or... Well, even if we successfully get a victory pact with them and win that way, we're going to play on even if we get that victory pact, so then it just comes down to, can we win without the victory pact at that point? And I think at this point, I think victory pact is just RNG, right? We need to roll the card, and if we roll the card, there's a decent possibility we can roll a success on the victory pact. But this is where I'm going to go ahead and end it for this stream. Do a quick save. This is the second stream save on this world. If you're watching on YouTube, we will probably have gotten around to recording another part for you by tomorrow, so I hope you tune in tomorrow to watch the next part. If you're watching on Twitch, this is where the stream's going to end. I'm currently running a 5-game stream cycle, so I change each game every night, but we're coming back around to the same game, assuming I haven't finished the game 5 days later. So this game will be the next game the game that comes up 5 days from now. Tomorrow should be Field of Glory Empires. The day after that should be European Universalis 4. Factoria comes after that, Long Dark after that, and then we're back to this on the 5th day. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.